Hey guys, it's OKB, and this is how to use Great Ninja War Madara. Now, Great Ninja War Madara is one of those ninjas that's really complex and it changes a little bit over time as more ninjas come out. And so this guide is not going to be absolutely complete. Now, there's going to be a lot of parts. Timestamps should have, went up. There's going to be Sage. Daisy actually did 2 Sages, so I'm going to put them together and maybe throw out the worst fights. And then just put it together. I did Sage Arena. He's kind of interesting. In Arena, he's also quite good, quite interesting. He has like a variety of abilities that can be used in so many different situations. It's hard for me to really throw in every single combination possible. So I'm gonna do my best, but keep in mind that this is not comprehensive. There's a lot of different ways to use him, and he's also known to be a 10 Tails Madara counter. So keep that in mind too. Okay, so Great Ninja War Madara, I don't even have all his abilities, and even with just 3 fully broken through, 3 full breakthroughs, it was a lot to work with, a lot that you could do. So let's talk about the mystery first. The mystery is more of a 3 versus 3 sort of thing. I mean, you have an increase in damage, sure, if you aim at a Jinchuriki. There's a weird thing though. Without the breakthrough, it's like if there's a Jinchuriki on the team, there's damage increases by 40%. But then if you do +1, it says when the select unit is a Jinchuriki, which seems to be weaker for some reason. I don't know what they're doing with this. Did they word it wrong before? Did they word it wrong now? I don't really know yet. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, 60 to 40%. I don't know. Anyways, besides that, the Y skill is 60 chakra, which means you have to somehow get it in round 1, or at least round 2. But then it probably takes a whole bunch of time in round 2. So you probably want to get chakra in round 1 if you want to use the Y+1 skill, which is basically hitting the entire team. Now, yeah, hitting not the entire team. Deal damage to all enemy units, which means the entire field. Which means, what, 999? You can hit up to 27 units, which is a massive amount, but it requires people to have clones. So, yeah, it's useful in that sense, in 3 versus 3 sense, but you need 60 chakra, and that's risky. +2, though, here you hit 12 units, and I honestly think 12 units is enough. So I would usually go for the +1 or +2. But yeah, this is basically what the Y was for, just hitting a lot of people. So this is good for 3 versus 3. That ability specifically in 1 versus 1, it's barely helpful. Yeah, 9 units is usually enough. Well, I mean, in a 1 versus 1, you can only hit 9 units. The other side can only have 9 units. So that's why I stopped at +1 last time. And then even when I got the +2 in my breakthroughs, I didn't go for it because in a 1 versus 1 setting, it's not that helpful. Alright, now the standard attack is the one I don't have. The high chance of causing impulse ignitions, all that same stuff. 30% increase in damage, which is nice. And then the attack never misses, which if you have a chase, like a repulse knockdown chase, and the other guy has chase dodge, it's not exactly the best. So it can work against you. It's a double-edged sword, but sometimes you just want to deal damage with a standard attack and you're putting him into position 1. That's fine too. Anyways, +2 gives you a 20 to 40% shields, which helps the rest of your team. That's actually quite nice. I wish I had it, but I didn't get the luck for that one. And the Y skill, basically ignition for 3 rounds. That's the difference between the two. And you still get your shields, and that's about it. It's not that much of a difference. Increased damage or ignition for 3 rounds. Damage is nice. But if you're gonna do support, if he's not stacked, I would probably go Y skill, because ignition can be useful against a certain number of ninjas, Kakuzu included, because he heals himself and someone else. Kazekakigara, another Katsu unit that's not immune to status, or perhaps you took away their immunity to status with something like New Year Hashirama, Summer Kurenai, Kushina, anything like that. And then 3 versus 3, a lot can happen, and that could really help. So that's the difference. The chase here, knockdown, you can okay, so Great Ninja War Madara, I'm gonna say this, he is not position 1, he's not that powerful as position 1 in terms of damage, in terms of scaling, compared to a lot. You can kind of think of him as another Minato with slightly different abilities, okay? Minato has a chase that, so let me show you Minato. Minato has a chase. I'm using the Y, but if you do the +2, you can increase your combo, attack, and recover life. So your taijutsu can go up by 20% at most, right? But then the thing is that his standard attack is pure taijutsu, so it's a pure 20% increase. But his mystery is Tai and Nin, so it's only like a 10% increase, perhaps, for his mystery. So it's not that high, but Great Ninja Madara's is higher because, first of all, he uses Tai and Ninjutsu for every single attack. So both of them matter, and his chase here, if you manage to do it, increases the attack and ninjutsu by 20%. So it's a pure 20% increase. It's more than Minato could do with even his +2 chase. And it's nice. It's better than Minato. Kushina, on the other hand, she increases ninjutsu and a critical hit by 6%, which, you know, critical hit has a limit, but at the same time it's still sort of important. It depends on your injury. And then 6% ninjutsu. So basically, Kushina needs to be hit like 4 times to in a single round, or chase. Her chase also counts as hitting herself, so she needs to chase 2 times and be hit 2 times, or be hit 4 times. Any combination like that. She needs to have that in order to beat Great Ninja Madara's scaling. However, the weakness to this is that Great Ninja Madara, he needs someone else to help him scale. So what I mean by this is that his mystery causes low. You guys can see that selected unit suffers low. His standard attack causes repulse and ignition, but then there's no other ability. He has to chase knockdown, and that's a problem because if you put him as position 1 and you have another ninja, you have other 3 ninjas, but they die, that means you can't scale anymore, and that's a huge problem for position 1. Not to mention that he can only use his mystery every 2 rounds. That's pretty normal, but normally, maybe not normally, but a lot of ninjas are able to use the mystery every single round, like Minato does. He does rely on other ninjas for that, but at least he can for a while. He can just use his mystery over and over again, and that's because of his chase, his Y chase. Now, of course, his Y chase doesn't give him as much scaling, so there's like a give and take, but still, like it's tough. As position 1 in a 1 versus 1 team, it's pretty tough. And that is quite a weakness there. Y+1 is a great support ninja. Actually, I would even put that as a position 1, but basically it suppresses immunity by 1 and causes immunity to status for 1 round and causes knockdown and immobilize. And so it's good. It's kind of like Killer Bee thing, but it still doesn't reduce your mystery cooldown by 1. So it's not, I don't know, it has its weakness too. But you know, at least you can suppress immunity to status, and that's good against, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons you can go against Ten Tails Madara, just if you're faster. But you do need, once again, you do need someone to help you with the chase, and so if they all die, then it's pretty difficult. Now this one I actually really like. I wouldn't say it's the most useful, but it's pretty helpful. When the ninjas on the battlefield, the lectures ninjas on the same vertical row has a 40% attack and 20% ninjutsu increase. Now, this is not removable unless he dies, and that actually works well with his passive, with his high chance of evasion. It's basically a Minato dodge, except he dodges chases, and then he has an extra bonus 20% evasion of standard attacks and mystery skills after his first dodge. So I think it's actually better than Minato in a way. Now, this works well with this because as a support, increasing your position 1's attack and ninjutsu is really quite nice, and he does it for across the entire field, which means you can support up to 9 ninjas. It's pretty good. It's kind of like an Edo Hiruzen. It's almost an Edo Hiruzen buff, except you can't remove it with remove buffs. If the other side has like 6-mass Naruto and try to remove buffs with their chase, it won't work. You have to actually kill them. So it's actually pretty. It's quite a very powerful for an ability that relies solely on a ninja being alive, that's a very powerful ability. Like if you go to Chunin Shikamaru, for example, it's a perfect example of the trade-off between being removable or not. So if you go to here, you guys can see that when the battle starts, you get a 100% defensive resistance increase and 30% increase to critical rate. But the Y+2 skills says that he only gets a 40% buff to defensive resistance while he's on the field. That is the difference between being able to remove this buff and not being able to remove this buff, at least until you're dead, right? So that's a huge difference. Like this is basically Shikamaru level, actually it's higher than Shikamaru's level, because defensive resistance is not as high as attack and ninjutsu. So 40% defense, for example, defense might be 1000, right? The 40% of defense is 400, but if someone has 1000 defense, chances are they have 1500 attack. And so Great Ninja Madara's is kind of like 40% of that, maybe. And say, how much is 40%? 60%? So 6,000. It would be like 6,000 attack. And attack and ninjutsu in general is usually better for, it's better than defensive resistance. Depends on, you know, if you're doing the entire team, if you're giving it to the entire team. Actually, if you're giving it to the entire team, defensive resistance is probably better, because you don't really need attack and ninjutsu for the other ones. But yeah, it's a very powerful ability regardless. So for flawless ninjas on the battlefield, you know, that's a huge nerf to abilities, but you still have this much, so it's a lot. Okay, so Y+1. Flawless ninjas on the field, the lineups ninja on the vertical community chase will have a shield. Another sort of nice, it's a nice ability, but you need someone who can keep on generating shields. So maybe at the end of the round you can use Earthmane on a row of ninjas. So you'll see later that I put Earthmane in the back, and I just like put shields at the end of the round, so that in the next round the opponent can try to mystery, but he won't be able to hit anyone because everyone has super armor from the shields. Now the shields will go down in one hit, right? Because, you know, you're fighting against a position 1. But at least nobody can get chased, and if you're using Great Ninja Madara, their mystery is going to miss too. Anyways, Great Ninja Madara has a really high chance of dodging chase, so I guess that doesn't help him too much, but the rest of the ninjas, it really does. I mean, you can think of like Ronin Naruto perhaps. Ronin Naruto gains the most attack from chasing, not his standard attack, even though he does get an extra standard attack if he kills something. But if you're super armored, then at least his first or maybe second attack won't have chase, right? Maybe he'll attack you once, and I don't know. Well, you'll at least be able to block his chase one time. And it's quite nice. Like Kakuzu as well. Some people rely on Kakuzu because, you know, Kakuzu has a 20 combo chase, which causes ignition or paralysis. It's extra damage, and he relies on chase. He needs other ninjas to chase his attacks to activate his 20 combo. So yeah, I mean, right here. So he has a 20 combo chase, and he hits 4 units, but he doesn't cause combo. He needs other units to do combo for him. And so because of that, having super armor, at least in the first one, is kind of nice. And if he tries to combo Great Ninja Madara with his chase, dodge chase ability here, yeah, they're gonna miss. And so you get to stop them from having an extra attack from Kakuzu, especially Kakuzu. Okay, there is a team that I actually want to throw out there as a little bit of an example on how we should be thinking. Not this one. I was experimenting and it was okay, but Great Ninja Madara ultimately lacks power. I mean, he has scaling, but eventually, like eventually the ninjas around him die before he can scale a lot. You know, maybe like 20 or 40% at most with this team. Yeah, but there's a team that I was thinking of that I think actually would work well, and I'm going to go against Kakuzu and Ronin Naruto at the same time. A little blitz here, alright? So it involves Minato. Of course, you do need to have a good lot of ninjas, but it involves Minato, Itachi, Edo Itachi. Alright, so you might be wondering why I'm doing this, and it's actually quite simple. Great Ninja Madara needs power. Like, he can't just you can't rely on his own abilities to get a lot of damage. I mean, you can go against a Jinchuriki, but you're not always going to fight against a Jinchuriki, right? His abilities is to absorb chakra with his mystery, but then at the same time, he can deal 60% more damage if you're attacking a Jinchuriki, which doesn't exactly work if you're fighting Edo Minato, so it's a little bit of a weakness there. He can also be enfeebled, so that's a bit of a problem as well. Minato is a counter in a lot of different ways. So one of the teams I was thinking about is this. I wasn't able to try it because I don't have the Minato barrier, but this is actually quite nice because I'm just thinking about Blitz because, you know, Stage, there's a lot of Blitz in Stage. First of all, Great Ninja Madara would have a 40% attack and 20% ninjutsu increase across the fields for both himself and the other ninjas except for the Fire Main, but Fire Main doesn't matter too much, which is nice. And then we have Edo Itachi with a status reflect, which means you can use fire style. You don't even need the breakthroughs on this one, but it's nice to have it. Fire 40% attack and ninjutsu increase from the Fire Main to Great Ninja Madara, Edo Itachi, and Fire Main. Of course, it doesn't matter if it's on Edo Itachi, but the good thing is that Edo Itachi can't be blocked with the standard attack and causes knockdown, and Great Ninja Madara, you know, even if his chase misses, he will still get that attack and ninjutsu increase. Okay, another thing here is that let's see, against Kakuzu, so you can. Kakuzu oftentimes has a Fire Main which removes his status effects and makes him immune to status, basically. And so Edo Itachi is nice, but it's not nice enough because Kakuzu does have a mystery and it's very powerful with enough chakra. It's very powerful. That's kind of why we have Minato here. You have Enfeeble, but okay. Enfeeble. Let me change that to Enfeeble real quick. The problem with Enfeeble is that if you're immune to status, it doesn't work on you, and Fire Main can do that even if Fire Main can't generate chakra with Minato's barrier. He can still make Kakuzu immune, and Kakuzu is pretty stacked and strong. Then he can attack Edo Itachi until he dies, and even with Edo Itachi's 50% reduction in damage against Kakuzu, it's not enough because Kakuzu's super stacked. And so that's why I'm putting Minato and Edo Itachi at the same place. If you have Ronin Naruto, for example, you can use Edo Itachi on Ronin Naruto, and he won't be immune to status. His attacks will enfeeble him, even with Fire Main, I think. And you can basically you're dealing a little bit of damage after removing his shields, which means Ronin Naruto's invincibility buff, which I'll show you in a second. Some people don't know this, so I'm gonna have to show this. Ooh. Ronin Naruto. Alright. Ronin Naruto, on the bottom skill, passive. When all ninjas in your lineup in the vertical row as Naruto has full life points, their ninjutsu and attack will greatly increase, which really smashes you when he's position 1 and he's full. And people often have shields on him. And that's why Edo Itachi is so important to take out those shields first with his mystery ability. And deal damage, and it doesn't matter if it's a lot of damage, it just matters that he's damaged. It takes away Ronin Naruto's buff. And Feeble here, this will also remove any immune to debuff or something like that, and Minato can enfeeble him, and plus they have a great they dodge standard attacks by 1. So Great Ninja Madara also dodge standard attacks, 20% to do that, but he also has like a 100% dodge before that, so he can dodge 1 time, and the second time Ronin Naruto tries to hit anybody, he's enfeebled already, so he won't be doing a lot of damage. So that's kind of nice. This is an anti-blitz sort of thing, and of course we would be using something like Death Mirage. Hopefully you guys have it by now. It's the most powerful main character breakthrough that you can get, and you reduce the critical rate. I know that there's no taijutsu involved, there's no ninjutsu involved in Ronin Naruto, but it's actually pretty good. And this is even more effective against Kakuzu. So, I mean, 20% critical rate is pretty high. It's pretty good. And, yeah. The one problem might be the chase, that you have to use your main for the chase, which, it's too bad, I guess. And, you know, that goes back to the problem where Great Ninja Madara you need people who can chase. But it's okay, because if Edo Itachi's alive, then I guess you can still activate his chase and increase his stacking. It's kind of nice. Rononara is also a Jinchuriki, so you can deal a lot of damage to him. Alright, against Kushina, it's probably not as good against Kushina. In general, I find that Kushina still scales a little bit better, but if you're able to, I don't know, like, I have like I think you guys have seen a team where it's like Chunin Shikamaru and stuff. I could do this with Great Ninja Madara as well, and just put a Hashirama and Great Ninja Madara in the same row, which is gonna be like lowering their critical rate and ninjutsu resistance. And newer Hashirama has this ability that gives random ninja an extra chase, which means that Edo Madara can actually, if you cause knockdown, and because Great Ninja Madara, let's see. Yeah, Great Ninja Madara chases knockdown and causes knockdown, which means that if New Hashirama gives the chase to Great Ninja Madara, he can chase himself. Great knockdown, knockdown, knockdown. And he gets a 40% attack and ninjutsu increase, which is a pretty good amount. Now there's a chance of doing that. So if I had to add the Fire Main in, and let's say the Fire Main gets, let's say the Fire Main gets the extra chase, alright? Then that means that you can Death Mirage. You can use Gumakuri 2 times, which reduces resistance by 40%. So, I mean, Chunin Shikamaru's nice, but like it's not that helpful. Oh, actually it is, because his chase will increase the target mystery cooldown by 1. So, yeah, whoever you hit, it's nice. It's nice and very good. And you can keep on reducing stats. So you either increase your position 1 by 20% attack and ninjutsu, or you reduce resistance by 40% instead of 20%, or you increase, you have a chance of increasing Chunin Shikamaru's, let's say, mystery cooldown 2 times or something. So yeah, it's a nice team, but it's more of a 3 versus 3 team because it's stacking. Alright guys, I got abruptly interrupted a little bit by somebody, but I do remember I was about to talk about Killer Bee, and along with Killer Bee, all the Jinchurikis, because, Jinchurikis are meta right now, right? Killer Bee, though, Killer Bee, I'm going to talk about Killer Bee, Kushina, Minato. I mean, I can talk about Yagura, but Yagura's starting to get a little out of fashion, so he's not exactly the best to go with. Yeah, there's a lot of these things. So, Killer Bee. There's a combination with Killer Bee and Great Ninja Madara. I just don't have 4-star Killer Bee on my 189 account, so I have to pull up my 185 account here. So here's the thing: Great Ninja Madara and Killer Bee both suppress super armor. That's awesome, but it's a little redundant. You don't need them at the same. You don't need to do this all the time. You don't need to use the same mysteries and suppress super armor. So maybe one of them gets controlled, the other one can suppress super armor, that's fine too. But anyways, basically the abilities here, it kind of overlaps a little bit. So both ninjas have a knockdown option of suppressing immunity to status. And so you can actually put Killer Bee's position 1 or Great Ninja Madara's position 1, and they will support each other. Though I would actually probably prefer Killer Bee by a little bit, but it really depends. You guys can see that a knockdown, suppress immunity to debuffs, knockdown to immobilize. Great Ninja Madara has kind of like the same thing. If we go here, you guys will see that he also has this, not this one, Y+1 chase, suppress immunity to debuff for one round, knockdown and immobilize. Basically it's the same thing as Killer Bee. And so if you put Killer Bee in the same team, it's kind of a give and take. It's a little different. I mean, Killer Bee will cause knockdown with his mystery, and so I actually appreciate that a lot, because he's one of the few Jinchurikis that actually chase himself. Minato doesn't do it. His mystery causes repulse, but he chases knockdown. Kushina doesn't do it. She does repulse. She chases low. Yagura doesn't do it, but I guess he's not that much of a She's not that powerful anymore. 6-pass Naruto does, I suppose, but he's not exactly meta anymore, because since he doesn't have that much damage. Kakuzu doesn't. He needs 20 combo and he only causes 4 combo, so you know all these ninjas don't chase themselves, but Killer Bee is one of the ones that do, and he causes knockdown, which goes perfectly with Great Ninja Madara. And so you guys can go little chase. So maybe you could do Y+1 with Great Ninja Madara as a support, and then Killer Bee can focus on his Y+1 skill of reducing his cooldown by 1, right? Or you can go the other way around, where he suppresses immunity to debuff as a support, and Great Ninja Madara will increase his own attack and ninjutsu by 20% at the same time. And that's actually quite nice. You know, Killer Bee also he also takes out statics reflections, because his mystery does ignition. Great Ninja Madara doesn't, though. So that is the difference. I actually prefer Killer Bee using his mystery. However, Great Ninja Madara isn't so easily hit, so Killer Bee will be interrupted. Great Ninja Madara won't. So it really depends on whether you're faster than the other guy or not. If you're not faster, you might just go for Great Ninja Madara instead. You drain chakra, it's kind of nice too. Yeah. Yeah, the problem, you still, like, if you use Great Ninja Madara in round 2, you still have to find a combo that chases low and causes knockdown. So, yeah, I would probably still prefer Killer Bee simply because of that problem. You know, you can go back and forth, but yeah, the reason why you can also support him is because he has a 40% attack and 20% ninjutsu increase. It's kind of nice. You could also put anti-super armor. Put super armor on Killer Bee too. I mean, that's kind of nice. Like, it fits. It's not like the best, but it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so let's talk about Kushina then. Let's go Kushina on this one. Kushina, of course, she'll also benefit from Madara's little chase with increasing attack and ninjutsu and all that stuff. She also wants to be chased, wants to be hit. So this Y+1 won't help too much unless you're going to go against something like 10 Tails Madara or something like that, where he suppresses your immunity debuff and chase at the same time. So maybe it's actually helpful to, even though Kushina isn't hit as much, if someone's going to control you by using a chase that suppresses your immunity to debuff, so it might be a Killer Bee, it might be Great Ninja Madara that you're fighting against, it might be Kinkaku breakthroughs you might be fighting against. What else is there? What else is, like, basically anything that suppresses your immunity to debuffs. Or, yeah, basically, like, they can even use Niru Hashirama on you, Summer Kurenai on you, Fire, and then Fire Main's not really there. But yeah, a whole bunch of, basically, if you're suppressed, that goes into the next round. You know, this could actually be helpful because you'll stop them from chasing you and suppressing your immunity. Or if they use, let's say, Niru Hashirama on you and they suppress your immunity, maybe if you're fighting a 6-pass Naruto or a Edo Minato, or who else is there that Kushina? Yeah, I mean, if you're fighting Kushina too, they might have another ninja that combos and causes immobilize. So basically, you can stop a lot of different status effects by using this Y+1 skill. Of course, it's also kind of nice to have the increase in damage. Yeah, the fact that he can dodge a lot is also nice. So one option you could do is Chunin Shikamaru for a lot of defense, resistance, critical rates, and all that stuff. And then you have a dodgy ninja and Kushina. And you'll be like a Kushina, what is this? Yeah, something like Kushina, Great Ninja Madara here next to her, and then Chunin Shikamaru, and then we have Status Reflect with Fire Main for, just control and stuff like that. That could work too. It's something that you might consider if you're fighting with 2 other people, or maybe even 1 other person. Your Great Ninja Madara can really give a lot of defense or attack. Wait, is this field damage? The line. Okay, no, this is only your team, but this is a entire field, so you can help up to 9 ninjas, which is pretty awesome. Basically, Edo Hiruzen. So, okay. Is there any other ones that I can think about? Yes, 10 Tails, right? I don't actually have 10 Tails, but repulse. He causes repulse, and Gentiles chases that with repulse knockdown. And it also ignores a lot of defensive resistance, which means it deals a lot of damage even if you're not position 1. You can do it 2 times too, so it's actually quite nice there. Let's see. You can also buff Madara. So let's go to Konoha Proxy, right? Konoha Proxy to take a look at 10 Tails Madara's breakthroughs. For those of you who don't know how to use it. Oh wait, tail. Yeah, there we go. Breakthroughs is this little ninjutsu looking thing. The ones that have ninjutsu symbol basically have breakthroughs, and you can click on them to see what they are. They don't show you the +1s, but whatever. You only really care about the +2s most of the time. Okay, so Madara, let's see. Oh yeah, extra standard attack. Ignores a lot of defensive resistance, increased damage. It's all good. His Y also increases defensive resistance, but also causes immobilized for 2 rounds, which is also kind of nice. So, let's see. His Taijutsu attack, explosive mode. Increases attack energies by 30%, 35% in explosive mode. Alright, so basically Great Ninja Madara is a good, you can just give him Great Ninja Madara buff, throw in, I don't know. You can't use Summon Madara, huh? If you can remove all buffs and shields on the field, it would be kind of nice. Swimsuit might, but probably not. Yeah, I've actually seen him with 10 Tails 1 or 2 times. He's a pretty good support for 10 Tails. Of course, that's when you get him, and right now it's only for the whales, but he will eventually come. Now, of course, we also have let's go more free to play, okay? But before I do that, Susanoo Itachi, not Itachi, Susanoo Shisui is a really good one. Yeah, I mean, Great Ninja Madara causes repulse, and Shisui chases that repulse and gains attack and ninjutsu damage. So it's kind of nice. 24% max compared to Great Ninja Madara's 20% max. So Susanoo Shisui is a little bit better. Still pretty good. You still give him buffs. Hard to kill. It's honestly very good. Yeah. Shisui has his own thing of reducing critical rates and initiative and scaling. Probably not as much as Kushina, but at least you can stop Kushina from mistering with Susanoo Itachi. I mean Shisui. So that's actually all good. Another thing, let's go more free to play now. Izuna. There's a team with Izuna. He's pretty good with them. Fortunately, I don't have his breakthroughs on this one, but if you had a +2, you would have a 40% ninjutsu increase and 20% critical hit to Uchiha ninjas. And if you put them in a row, that means the entire team gets 80% ninjutsu, 20% attack, and 20% critical hit, which is a good amount, right? Now, let's say you have Great Ninja Madara Izuna. What's another Uchiha that you can put it with? If you don't have anybody, you can obviously use a Anbu Itachi for sure. Let's see. I don't think they have Uchiha on this one. No Uchiha. That's too bad. Well, still, there's not that many Uchihas. Some form of Madara. If you use Madara, Madara has his own. No, that's Edo Madara. Oops, normal Madara. If you have normal Madara, which I don't, you also have a 20% ninjutsu and attack increase. So basically, you will have the ninjutsu increase of Kakuzu, and then let's see, 20% attack, 40% attack. So it's like a normal buff. If you even throw in the fire main, you would get a lot of even 140% ninjutsu and attack max. Of course, you would lose some control, but yeah, Great Ninja Madara, a lot of damage, a lot of area damage. So I talked about 1 versus 1 a little bit too much. Let's talk about 3 versus 3, and I actually did the ranked battles already on this one. So this is the team, after I did my ranked battles. I was able to fight some, I think it's Asian Kung or something with his 550,000 power, something like that. Don't quite remember. Well, basically what I was doing here was, let's see, position 1s are all in the front. Actually, position 2 Zetsu here. I placed them here because they didn't, I didn't think they were going to do a frontal attack here, which didn't really work later on, but it's fine. Zetsu is here to summon a whole bunch of clones and block a lot of mystery attacks so that some ninjas don't get hit, especially the dodge ninjas. GNW Madara is also a dodge ninja, but if you are fighting in 3 versus 3 and you're slower, they might use two area attacks on you, and they're going to hit you too. But still, even if GNW Madara uses his dodge on one, he still has a 20% chance of dodging another mystery. Little perks there, little luck. In rank battle, you know, you can get a lot of luck and just keep on going and going. You guys can see that I use Anbu Itachi as well. Yeah, that double attack is a lot. His standard attack attacks a whole row of enemies, which means in 3 versus 3 you can hit 9 people. And if you use Anbu Itachi, you can hit 18 times, basically. And cause a lot of ignition, which is good against healing and a little extra damage. 2,000 damage, I think, was the capped thing over there. It's kind of nice. Also, oh, that's right, Chunin Shikamaru is over there, giving him a lot of strong points. Basically, during the fight, you'll see that he is hard to kill. He does get hit, he does get control, I think, but he is hard to kill, just in general. Especially when there's other ninjas on the field. He's just hard to hit. Put that with Kimimaro, and this side is, well, pretty tanky in the front, at least. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams. I don't need to talk about every single team. You guys can go look at it. And there's going to be Sage Arena. Kind of forgot the list, but there's going to be a lot. I think I actually put space-time rankings in between the talks, too. Against, you guys saw probably earlier in this video. So, yeah, there should be a lot of stuff you can look at, look through. Remember, there's a lot of combinations. The most important ones are... I think you guys saw that in the last Fuku deals. Most important are, let's see, the passive chase. Now the passive where he dodges, the bottom passive, the chase, and the standard attack. Though I will say maybe the passive where he increases attack and ninjutsu, that could be meta material. Depending on who you fit it with. I think Daisy's also gone Rinnegan Sasuke at a Nagato, and yeah, they have a really nice Rinnegan combination. If you don't have many ninjas, you can use something like Aikido and Ningendo and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean Rinnegan users all works pretty well. Not the most powerful though. He just lacks a little damage, in my opinion. I mean, even if you're going against a Cherokee, you know, if you're not going to be able to hit Minato, unless you have Edo Nagato on the field. But if you're not going to be able to hit Minato, that's a weakness for you. Okay, guys. I think I've talked long enough. Let's go right into... Let's do rank battles first, and we'll see what happens.
Madara! 終わりだ。終わりだ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。もっせーのせいや。皆さん。イエロー。忍法。影首縛りの術。忍者。忍者。守護を凝らせたわね。忍者。くらえ。忍者。くらえ。はあ。うわ。くらえ。守護を凝らせたわね。ほら、行くぜ。もらった。ガグッ。覚えた。大気将来期千年殺し。大気将来期千年殺し。大気将来期。大気将来期。大気将来期。大気将来期。 外気将来心影縫いの術ほっ螺旋がもらったほっ絶対防御だクソ皆さん悪いね隙だらけだよ蹴りつけてやるもらった悪いね隙だらけだよ絶対防御だ終わりだ行くぞ
忍者忍者
外気将来心外気将来心千年ぶっ外気将来心はあ影縫いの術神羅転生螺旋が外気将来心
死を取らせたわね
外気将来心もらったほっ悪いね隙だらけだよ螺旋が行くぞ隙だらけだよ行くぞ皆さん
忍者忍者死を取らせたわね
影縫いの術イエローほっもらった神羅転生
死を取らせた
もらった捕らえた
死を取らせたわね
行くぞ隙だらけだよ皆さん影縫いの術イエロー悪いね隙だらけだよ
死を取らせたわね
蹴りつけてやるもらった
死を取ら
首絞りの術神羅転生悪いね、隙だらけだよ。なさいが
絞り凝らせたわね。
終わりだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。
絞り凝らせたわね。へいもっせーのせんが
行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。皆さん消えろ。忍法影首縛りの術
忍者忍者
影縫いの術影首縛りの術ほっ
絞り取らせたわね。
悪いね、隙だらけだよ。なせんがなせんが
絞り凝らせたわね。
終わりだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。皆さん消えろ。忍法影首縛りの術
忍者忍者
さばく早々影縫いの術影首縛りの術とくと見せてやる。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。まだだ。皆さん神羅転生消えろ。絶対防御行くぞ。まだだまだだ。悪いね、隙だらけだよ。まだだ。消えろ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。皆さん絶対防御だ。まだだまだだ。行くぞ、絶対防御終わりだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。まだだ。皆さんほっ神羅転生まだだまだだ。行くぞ、悪いね、隙だらけだよ。終わりだ。まだだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。皆さんほっ消えろ。打線学まだだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。絶対防御で終わりだ。行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。皆さん神羅転生まだだ。行くぞ行くぞ、隙だらけだよ。行くぞ 悪いね。隙だらけだよ。千賀。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。まだだ。皆さん。まだだ。行くぞ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。まだだ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。まだだ。皆さん。神羅転生。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。悪いね。隙だらけだよ。螺旋が。
とくと見せてやる。
行くぞ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。皆さん。
逃がさねえぜ。逃がさねえぜ。
行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。行くぞ。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。皆さん。行くぞ。行くぞ。悪いね。隙だらけだよ。螺旋が。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。皆さん。
逃がさねえぜ。
行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。
終わりだ。終わりだ。
八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。螺旋が。行くぞ。遅い。悪いね。隙だらけだよ。もらった。くそ。八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。もらった。
終わりだ。終わりだ。
悪いね。隙だらけだよ。皆さん。八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。八坂のマガ様。行くぞ。悪いね。隙だらけだよ。行くぞ。皆さん。八坂のマガ様。 行くぞ。隙だらけだよ。うわ
終わりだ。
皆さん、
just follow your trail, and I'm losing your mind, and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this unlove, cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you. Let me be myself. These distant illusions. Where does the journey start? When we're so far apart. Reality drifts away so slowly. We can change reality. We can change the odds that see. We can find the time we lost. So much cherish every path we've the word is me. Dividing time, caught in the oblique. It's nothing more than a fading voice. I heard the truth when you made your choice. How'd you let go when you weren't holding on? I fall apart at the break of dawn. I'm a slave to my soul. Reality drifts away so slowly. Emotion setting time. See flames away. Read between the lines. I'm asking you to stay. We can change reality. We can change the odds that see. We can find the time we lost. So much cherish every path we've crossed. We can change reality. We can change the odds that see. We can find the time we lost. So much cherish every path we've